Akin Sorogun leaned back in his leather office chair, the city skyline of Lagos stretching out behind him. From his corner office on Victoria Island, he could see the movement of a bustling city, cars honking, construction cranes swinging in the distance, and the lagoon glittering in the late afternoon sun. To Akin, this view was a daily reminder of his power. At 48 years old, Akin was one of the most successful businessmen in Nigeria. His real estate and oil ventures had made him a household name, a symbol of what determination and ruthless ambition could achieve. His name graced magazine covers, and he was a regular at the most exclusive parties, always accompanied by Lagos elites who admired his sharp mind and deep pockets. But beneath the surface, Akin's empire was built on shaky ground. He wasn't just ambitious. He was cunning, manipulative, and willing to break rules when it suited him. To Akin, the end always justified the means. His lawyers knew how to exploit legal loopholes, his accountants knew how to move money, and his connections in government ensured that no obstacle was ever truly insurmountable. When news of a prime piece of land in Oyo State reached Akin's ears, he immediately saw the potential. It wasn't just land. It was located near a planned highway project and bordered a stream that would make it perfect for developing an industrial hub or a luxury estate. The deal could bring in billions, solidifying Akin's position at the top. But the land wasn't for sale. The land belonged to the Okaru family, a small but respected lineage in the area. For generations, the family had lived on and cared for the land. It was more than property to them, their history, livelihood, and connection to the spiritual world. At the center of the land was a sacred grove where the family had worshipped and communed with their ancestors for centuries. Baba Okaru, the family's patriarch, was the custodian of the grove, a role passed down through his bloodline. The grove was home to a shrine, a modest structure made of clay and thatch, surrounded by ancient trees that stood as sentinels. It was a place of quiet power. People from neighboring villages often came seeking Baba Okaru's wisdom and blessings. The spirits, he said, spoke to him there, guiding his every decision. When Akin's representatives arrived, offering money to buy the land, Baba Okaru refused. "This land is not for sale," he said firmly. His voice was calm but unwavering. The young lawyer representing Akin smirked. "Everyone has a price, Baba," he said, sliding a document across the table. "We're offering more than this land is worth. You and your family will never have to worry about anything again." But Baba Okaru didn't even look at the paper. "Money cannot replace what this land means to us," he replied. "Tell your boss this land is sacred. It cannot be bought." The lawyer left, but Akin did not accept no for an answer. Over the next few weeks, Akin set his plan in motion. He met with government officials, greasing palms and making promises. Soon, the land was declared essential for development, a designation that gave the government the power to seize it for public use. In reality, Akin had arranged for the land to be transferred directly to one of his shell companies. Baba Okaru and the villagers protested, but their voices were drowned out. Bulldozers arrived one morning, flanked by police officers. The villagers were given no time to pack their belongings. Houses were torn down, and crops were trampled under the wheels of the heavy machines. Baba Okaru stood in front of the sacred grove, refusing to move. "You will not touch this place," he warned. The site manager, a burly man with a clipboard, barked orders. "Move this old man out of the way." Two police officers grabbed Baba Okaru by the arms, dragging him away as he shouted, "You do not understand what you are doing. This place is protected." The bulldozers tore through the grove. Trees that had stood for hundreds of years came crashing down. The shrine was reduced to rubble, its clay walls crumbling under the weight of the machines. By the end of the day, there was nothing left but flattened earth and scattered debris. When the machines left, so did the workers and police. The villagers, now homeless, wandered to nearby towns and relatives, their lives uprooted. Baba Okaru stayed behind. He sat in the dirt where the shrine had once stood, his staff lying across his lap. He was a broken man. The connection he had felt to his ancestors, to the spirits that guided him, was severed. The grove had been their dwelling place, and now it was gone. He felt their anger, their sorrow, and their disappointment in his failure to protect what had been entrusted to him. But in his grief, a seed of rage began to grow. "This will not end here," he muttered to himself. Meanwhile, Akin celebrated. The land was his, and the project was moving forward. His lawyers had ensured that every paper was signed and every bribe was paid. To him, it was just another win, another step toward expanding his empire. He didn't think twice about the old man or the displaced villagers. In his mind, they were simply obstacles, small sacrifices in the pursuit of progress. But what Akin didn't know was that some things couldn't be bought, silenced, or destroyed. One night, under the light of a full moon, Baba Okaru gathered his remaining strength and walked deep into the forest. He carried offerings of palm oil, kola nuts, and the few sacred relics he had managed to save. He reached a clearing where an ancient tree stood, its twisted branches reaching toward the sky. It was here that his ancestors had once sought guidance, and it was here that Baba would call upon the spirits one last time. He knelt at the base of the tree, pouring the palm oil over its roots and scattering the kola nuts around its trunk. Then, with a trembling voice, he began to chant, "I call upon the spirits of my fathers. I call upon the spirits of this land. Hear my cry." The wind picked up, rustling the leaves above him. A deep, otherworldly silence fell over the forest. Baba felt a presence, a weight in the air that made his skin prickle. "They have destroyed what is sacred," he said, his voice steady despite the tears streaming down his face. "They have taken everything from us. I ask for justice. I ask for vengeance." The air grew colder, and the ground beneath him seemed to hum with energy. A deep voice, neither male nor female, spoke from the shadows. "There is a price for what you seek," it said. "I am ready to pay it," Baba replied. "You will give your life for this curse," the voice warned. "So be it," Baba said, his voice firm. "If my blood is what it takes to protect my people and this land, I give it willingly." With those words, Baba cut his palm and let his blood drip onto the tree's roots. The forest trembled, and a cold wind swept through the clearing, carrying Baba's curse to the far reaches of Lagos. "This is not over," Baba whispered as he fell to his knees, his strength fading. "Akin's Sorogun will feel the weight of what he has done." As dawn broke over the forest, Baba Okaru lay still, his body lifeless, but his spirit unbroken. His curse was set, and the spirits would not rest until it was fulfilled.